welcome to another episode of Freaky Friday. It's your girl Moso on It's Sparkle Blog. So let's get the essentials out the way. You guys, I'm going to tell you where you can follow me at. You can follow me on TikTok at Moso82. You guys can follow me on Instagram at Moso_82. You guys can also follow me on Facebook at Monica L. Houston. And if you guys are looking to see this juicy podcast every other Friday, it's very simple. The link's gonna be in the bio. It's Sparkle Blog, okay? Follow, like, share, follow, subscribe. Because trust and believe, I'm coming with that juicy about Freaky Friday. This episode is about how to make a long distance relationship last. Ooh, guys, I think this is a touchy subject because we already know it is hard when you're in a relationship face to face to people to be committed to you, and being in a long distance relationship, somebody really has to want to be with you. Those relationships has to be mutual between both parties, because in a long distance relationship, it's hard, but it's so rewarding if it's done right, okay? So, I told you guys that I will be coming with facts. I will not just be talking, because I want to give y'all some juicy tidbits of facts of what's been about long distance relationship. That a long distance relationship can be hard on a couple, because if you really love somebody or you really feeling somebody, you honestly and truthfully wants to see them every day. I don't know about y'all, but I would love to see my man every day, okay? Like long distance, it's like it takes a lot of trust. It takes a lot of communication. It takes a lot of vulnerability. It takes a lot, just period. Because you have to maneuver through your day-to-day life and still make time for the person that you are committed to. So what I did was I looked up a couple of information, because again, like I told you, I don't want to just be talking out the side of my mouth. So I looked up a couple of studies. I looked at things to, bring sparks into the relationship. So we have a study back in 2018 that says the success rate of long distance relationships are, drum roll, 60%. Y'all, I was shocked about that, because I would have never thought a long distance relationship have a success rate of 66%. So in our actuality, that's not bad. That's not bad at all, that a long distance relationship can last that long. Like, that gives you hope for a long distance relationship if you decide to do one, because again, we know our person might not even be in the same city, state, sometimes not even the same country, sometimes not even the same country that we're in. And we have to face it. If you sitting here and you dated people in the same city and you just can't find anybody that meshes well with you, sometimes we go to online dating. And a lot of people, some people do start relationships on online dating. So it's like, I wasn't expecting, when I did a little research too, that long distance relationship have 60% success. And that's over half. And over half, anything that's good is good. Now, it would have sucked if it had said it fails 60% of the time. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Them 40% of people? But to know it's 60% of people who are in a long distance relationship and they have success, that's awesome. But we have to look at the other things that help those people with that 60%. Help those 60% of people thrive in a long distance relationship, okay? So I have another survey. It says, now this one, because we know when you're in a long distance relationship, you have to deal with infidelity. Because again, you can be living with the person and we still deal with infidelity, because we all know that when a person cheats on you, it has everything to do with them and nothing to do with you, okay? If you don't know that by now, your girl Moso just told you that. If somebody is cheating on you, It has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. I said that. I said what I said, and I mean it. Okay. So according to a survey by Sexual Alpha, 22% of people in a long distance relationship cheat on their partner. So yeah, I know you're like, oh my God, you just told me that 60% of long distance relationships are successful. And now you turn around and you tell me that 22% of people out of those 60% cheat on their partner. And of course, we can't stop people from cheating. Cheating is what people do. If somebody doesn't want to be faithful, there's nothing you can do about it. This has everything to do with them. But again, you did what cheated, even if you're in a relationship where y'all live together or you just stay separate. Cheating is what a person want to do. So even in that sense, if you're looking at the fact that out of the 60%, and I wouldn't even say that's the 60% because it says just 20% of people in long distance relationships. So that's not the 100%. Okay, so 100%. Out of 100% of people that have long distance relationship, only 22% of people cheat. So if you look at it in the aspect, that's not really bad, okay? That's not really a bad thing out of 100 people that surveyed. I sound like Steve Harvey. Out of 100 people, out of 100 people that surveyed, you had only 22% of people that decided that they wanted to be a cheater, pumpkin eater. And hey, ain't nothing you can do about that. You just got to roll with the punches. And if somebody cheats on you, whether you long distance or here, move on. Know your worth. Because if they do it once, they're going to keep on doing it. Okay? Okay. Clock it. Clock it. So, okay. So, and I got some more facts and stuff because I wanted to give facts. And every time I give a fact, we're going to talk about it. I'm going to give a little commentary in between each fact. Because like I said, I wanted to give y'all some details and not just up here talk because yes, it's Freaky Friday, but Freaky Friday is I'm talking about different things dealing with sex, you know, because a lot of people talking about sex is kind of taboo. I don't mind talking about sex. I enjoy talking about sex. It's part of life. Sex, great sex. It's like the chef kiss. If you know, you know, okay? Ladies, if you know, you know. And men, if you know, you know too. Okay? But you know, that's something that's another topic for another episode of Freaky Friday on It's Sparkle Blog, baby. So, okay, so it says the average long distance relationship lasts around 4.5 months before a couple transition into living closer or they decide to part their ways. So, I mean, because if you're serious about each other, 9 times out of 10, it is going to eventually lead to you either moving together or moving closer. Now, granted, some people have a successful long distance relationship and they probably stay where they're at for 2 or 3 years. But if you eventually, some majority of people are going to want to be by their person because it's like when you look at the aspect of everything about a relationship, bringing everything together and working together, it helps, especially in this economy, you know, 2 incomes in one household, just being able to have that person that listens to you and some in-house coochie or some in-house dick, especially when it's hidden what it's supposed to be hidden for. Baby, listen, that right there, to be able to lay down every night and know it's right there. Ladies, you know what it is when it's right there and you get to turn, you scoot it over and it get on your back. You know, you picking up what I'm putting down? Exactly. So, again, so, you know, and that's, I think even in a relationship that's not long distance, about 4 or 5 months, people know if they want to be with somebody because people been to show their red flags. People been to show some true colors because I personally think 6 months to a year, if somebody is faking to be something they're not, you will eventually find out. And if you really read the writing on the walls, this is right. 4.5 months. 4.5 months. People will start showing their true colors and you will see, you'll be able to tell. So, I mean, you'll know whether you want to consider, okay, let's keep going forward. And maybe in a year we revisit us moving closer. or 4.5 months, you realize, this person ain't being consistent with this long distance relationship. This person is not communicating, like it's not. And we know people have lives and people have jobs, but you already know when you're in a long distance relationship, it does take more effort, because let's face it, FaceTimes and video calls are the things that keep your relationship alive. Okay, all right. So I have another one that says, in 2020, a significant portion of the global population experienced long distance relationship, with the study suggesting a high success rate. So the things that I looked up is actually saying that, so if you just really listen to what I told you so far, a long distance relationship, if both people are willing to work on it, it's not that bad at all. And I feel like a lot of times, especially as if you're grown and if you have a lot going on, a long distance relationship give you the time to be able to still do what you're trying to achieve in life, and also still have a person that you can talk to, confide in, you know, be whatever they need to be whatever their partner needs to be for you. So again, those stats are not bad. Yeah, it's telling you that 22% of people get cheated on, but listen, in all actuality, I feel like everybody's been cheated on, whether you know it or not. Because again, you don't know what people do outside of you. And like I said before, if somebody's cheating on you, that has everything to do with them and absolutely nothing to do with you. You need to remember that, okay? Please remember that. Do not let people take you down the ring and trying to figure out what I can do better. Because, baby, listen, if you know like I know, if a person messed over you, I don't know about y'all. I'm going to speak for myself because I can't speak for y'all, okay? Now, y'all can definitely get in those comments and talk to your girl, okay? But speaking for myself, if you cheat on me, if you drop this ball, baby, you stupid, because, baby, I'm the whole package. You need to hear me, okay? The whole motherfucking package. And I stand on that 10 toes down. You hear me? I said what I said. So, okay, so now that we have talked about, you know, the stats on about long distance relationship, let's talk about some positive aspect of an LDR. Because I'm not going to keep saying long distance relationship, so keep up, people. LDR stands for long distance relationship. So we're going to talk about positive aspects of an LDR. So here we go. A stronger intimacy. So think about it. If you guys are long distance, I don't know about you guys, but if you got me mentally, physically, baby, you gonna have your girl like a water faucet, okay? Because if you can stimulate me mentally and you can hold a conversation, because literally a long distance relationship is more talking than anything. Everything else has to be scheduled, but those FaceTimes or those video chats does not have to be scheduled. Those are things that it's just like when you're at home with that person, you have to spend time with. That's the equivalent of living with a person and how you spend time with them. Those video calls. So video calls and having those deep conversations, that is going to make your intimacy level 1,000. Because again, a long distance relationship, y'all not seeing each other that often, so y'all ain't getting it in as often. So that tension, that sexual tension, be up here. Listen, it'd be up here with that sexual tension. So again, there's nothing wrong with wanting stronger intimacy with how you guys communicate. So now you always have you have also higher satisfaction and commitment. So again, that goes with stronger intimacy. If you have a higher satisfaction in how you build your relationship, with means you're communicating effectively with your partner, it goes hand in hand with your stronger intimacy. If you can connect mentally with your partner, it helps out with stronger intimacy, okay? So those two things go hand in hand. Like communication make the poom poom wet, okay? Great communication, effective communication, okay? So we got to do that. And have your drink and act like you're in the movie theater together, okay? Have the phone set on FaceTime where your partner is beside and y'all watching the movie together. That's a great thing to do. All right? Another one, playing online games. Like the on iPhone, all the games that they have up there, play those games. That's another way to connect, right? Because with those games, if y'all to the point where you can't talk, or y'all at work or something, you can't really talk, playing those games when you get an opportunity to sneak off and text, boom. So you're staying engaged even though it's a game. So you see what I'm saying? Another thing is my top tier favorite one is sharing music. Sharing music that tells the person how you feel about them. Like, I don't know, if you're into music and music resonates in your soul and you listen to a song and it makes you think about your partner, baby, send that link out for YouTube. I'm trying to tell you, like, I love music, okay? So if somebody send me a song, I'm going to take it that song is how you feel about me, baby. So I'm going to sit down and I'm going to listen to every word. I'm going to dissect it. And I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Because that's what I do to people. If I'm digging on you, trust and believe, baby, you going to get songs throughout the week from me, okay? And I'm going to be mad if you don't listen to them, okay? Same way with TikTok. Because, you know, we all are TikTok kids, right? Same way with TikTok. Send your partner some TikToks that kind of tell you how you feel about it, and they better watch them because, baby, it's saying what I need to say without even saying the same with them songs. And guess what that's doing? That's leading up to when you actually get to see each other and get to miss that nasty time, and you're going to flood and trust and believe, you can flood that floodgate if you keep priming it. Keep priming it, right? Keep priming it, prime. Hook. Keep rearing it up. This is all what this is leading up to. Again, doing all these things lead up to when you actually meet each other. That's all you're going to hear. So, again, plan trips or visit at least once a month, if possible. Because we know sometimes people's life is crazy, and then sometimes you might stay too far. But that's the thing you have to realize. If you decided to do a long distance relationship, you need to take in consideration on how far you guys are apart, and if it's in driving distance, if it's something you have to fly, if it's something you can afford. Okay, you know that. And even if you can't do it once a month, maybe every 3 months, if you have to fly somewhere, that's something that can be planned. And again, it's like if you guys are willing to see each other and you got to fly, you guys can help with the plane ticket. Okay, well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to save this much for the plane ticket. I save this, you save this. Boom. When it's that person's time, let's do the same thing. If you want it to work, you will. If they wanted to, they will. Okay? Point blank period. Just like that. All right, so, and then, again, be emotionally present, especially when you are not there physically. Listen, people, that goes along with their stress and uncertainty. Be there for your partner emotionally. Emotional support is something we all need. And if you're in a long distance relationship, you already know that the person can't physically be there, right? Right. So a FaceTime and you actually making that person seem heard, where you ain't just, oh, okay. Like you're listening. You're able to repeat what the person said, which lets them know you're listening. Baby, that's going to get you. That's going to get you sucked off the bone, okay? It's going to get you sucked off the bone, baby. That's going to get you with your eyes rolling in the back, toes gripping the mattress, baby. Listen, I'm trying to tell you. I know what I'm talking about, okay? So, another thing that you can also do is learn your partner's love language, okay? And your partner needs to learn your love language, because love languages are something that helps a relationship out when you just kind of lost. But learning a person's love language means you care enough about that person to learn more about that person without them having to tell you. Just being observant. Because to learn a person's love language, you don't want them to say, hey, what's your love language? If they like me, if you're going to ask me, then if you got to ask, then you'll never know. Unless we just in a conversation. But if you got to ask me something, and it's something that you can actually observe, because I know sometimes you do have to tell people stuff. You'll never know. I'll never tell. Because ain't nobody got time for that. Mean you're not paying attention to what I got going on, okay? And keyword, it said learn. Not ask your partner how you like to be loved. Learn how your partner like to be loved. Take the time to pay attention to the little things. It's the little things that make this relationship work on both you guys' end. Because we know big things ain't what break relationship. It's just a pile of little things on top of each other. Pile on top of each other. That's what ruins a relationship. And that's not what we're trying to do, okay? All right. So, being understanding to your partner. Being understanding and patient to your partner. Because again, if you guys are doing an LDR, understanding and patience is so important. Like, say like if your partner had a busy day at work and worked and had them crazy. You have to be understanding that sometimes in this LDR, your partner might get caught up at work. You have to understand that sometimes your partner come home and they're dog tired and they fall asleep. Those are things you have to be understanding with. And you have to give your partner grace. And you have to be patient with a person, okay? You have to be patient with people, period. But you definitely got to be patient with a person. Again, this applies if both of you guys want the same thing and you both are trying to move forward and get what you want. And the end result is to be together and hopefully get married, okay? Because again, people find their love not in their hometown. It's always somewhere else, okay? So, being transparent. Listen, I know how hard it is to open up to people, because a lot of time we open up to people, people take what we done told them and they use it against us. That's like the thing like cheating. If somebody takes what you gave them and try to use it against you, it has everything to do with them and nothing, absolutely nothing to do with you. And they were that type of person in the get-go. And if somebody does that, it's the telltale sign to let them go and find somebody that appreciate what you are giving, especially if you're a genuine person. Don't ever let nobody stop you when you're genuine, okay? So, yeah, being transparent. And I know we spoke about planning trips. Surprise pop-up trips. Listen. Y'all know just as good as I know, if you can pop up on the person that you with in a long-distance relationship, you already know they say, if you pop up on them and they don't act like, what are you doing? Oh my God. And act like they're doing something. You pop up on them first, like, oh my God, you get that warm welcoming that you were looking for. You already know. That's your person. But that's just like in a regular relationship. If you can pop up at a person's house without them saying anything, they got you 100. So being able to surprise your person with a pop-up visit, listen, if you know, you know, okay? So, we talked about how to keep the spark in. Let's talk about bedroom boom. All that we have talked about is leading up to the being able to have a great sex life, okay? Because you can't just have a great sex life with an LDR and not lay the foundation, okay? It's just like trying to have sex with no foreplay. It just ain't going to work. It ain't going to hit the same, okay? Because if you know it takes a woman, you can foreplay a woman all day. You got to, all that we just talked about is LDR foreplay. That's what it is. Long distance relation foreplay. All that you are doing is ensuring not only that you have a healthy relationship, that you have a great sex life. Because, baby, I know about y'all, but I gotta have a great sex life. I ain't gonna play that with nobody. I'm not finna sit here and deal with somebody that got boo-boo vanilla sex. I'm sorry, but not sorry. Good sex is important to me. I ain't gotta have it all the time. But when I do have it, I want it to touch my soul. I want to be like the girl on Beloved. I want you to touch me on the inside and call my name. Y'all, I play too much. But still, okay. So here are things that can make it muy caliente until you get to see each other. Right. Phone sex. Now again, listen. I know some people like, I ain't doing that. But if y'all rocking with each other, that phone sex gonna hit different. Listen, it gonna hit different. You're gonna be like, oh my God, why did it feel like that? Why did it feel like this? Oh my God, and I'm touching myself and you touching yourself and we touching ourselves. But then also not only that, y'all can, if you just want to just really just do the damn thing, get the sex toys that you can, from where you at, and control the mugs, okay? Because they do have those. They do have the sex toys where the man has the coochie, and while he hitting the coochie, and you got the dangling, you feel the movement. Go so far as to do that. Also, flirty text messages. Get nasty with your partner. Say some freaky stuff, okay? But make sure it's freaky stuff that you want to do. Because I guarantee you, when you see them, they're going to want you to back up all those words you said. And I want you to be able to back up the words and not feel uncomfortable, okay? Because your safety is first, okay, Pookie Butt? Okay. All right. And here's the final thing. Videos and pics. Naughty. Again, make sure your partner is somebody you trust, okay? That they're not going to splurge your stuff all over the internet, okay? And hopefully they don't. But, like, think about it. If you do all these things in your LDR, when you guys do get to see each other, it'll make everything better. And then if you are really just rocking with that person and that's the only person you deal with, it's going to make it better anyway. And like, really, if you're doing it for the right reason, it really and truthfully teaches you guys how to love each other from a distance. Because, yeah, again, it's hard enough being in a relationship. But a long-distance relationship is not for the weak. It's not. A long-distance relationship takes time and effort on both ends. And it will not work if both parties are not willing participants. If both parties are not willing to understand the sacrifices they have to make, what are you guys doing? And at that point, even if you get in one, and you decide that this ain't what I want, there's nothing wrong with telling the person, I love you, but this is something I can't do. There's nothing wrong with it. And even though it's going to hurt you and that person, would you rather be honest in the beginning when you realize you're one of those people that LDRs don't work, ain't going to work for you? Or would you want to just drag that person along? And honestly, in that instance, I would rather you be honest to that person and let that person move forward than to sit here and drag them down, all because you don't want to hurt them. Because you're hurting them even if you don't tell them that you don't want an LDR. Because if that's not what you want, then you're not going to be committed to them, okay? And the end goal of LDR is to understand that you can move forward by laying down the foundation for this relationship. So guys, this is the end of my podcast, and this is the end of this episode on Freaky Friday. And I think this was a good one, guys. You know, we're talking about long-distance relationship because whether you know it or not, a lot of people have those. And we have established that you have over half the people having a successful LDRs, okay? And this was something I want to talk about because it's near and dear to my heart, okay? But yeah, so until next time, guys, that's all today. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful, freaky deaky Friday, baby. Don't forget, enjoy yourself and let your freak flag fly. All right. Mwah.